Hi everybody, it is January 17, 2022. This is your update on what is happening at the border, and it is not good. We've got a gun at every door in the house. Border rancher in Arizona sees a 2,400% increase in illegal aliens on the property. This is John Ladd. John Ladd. Ladd's Ranch shares 10.5 miles of border with Mexico, and in mid-2019 had an average of 12 illegal aliens traversing his land daily, Border Patrol catching about half. Now, he has about 300 a day crossing over his property, Border Patrol catching about 30% on a good day. The numbers started escalating the same time that Biden was going to win. I'm not going to say there's no hope, but nothing's going to change as long as Biden's there and his administration. Why is that? Because they're not doing anything, and we have a real bad problem with this illegal migrant, the masses just crossing over the border, and it has been going on. It's been going on throughout many administrations. We have for at least 2 decades been, oh, what are we going to do about the border? What are we going to do about the border? Oh, well, I don't know. How about enforcing immigration law? Call me crazy, I know, but we don't. Why? Because this is deliberate, and this is part of the agenda to destroy Americans who are of all races, ethnicities, nationalities. But this is going to really, well, people are already feeling it like John Ladd. Eventually, a whole lot more will be feeling all of these illegal immigrants coming into our country. And I'm going to show you they're being airlifted all over the country. But let me just go on. The illegal immigrants traversing Ladd's Ranch aren't seeking asylum. They'll be deported if they do that, because who's coming across? The worst of the worst. The bad people. Not good. All right. Oscar El Blue. I recommend, once again, that you subscribe, because Oscar El Blue and his partner, and I cannot remember his partner's name. Somebody please leave it in the comment section. But these are the 2 journalists that are on it. They're at the border, and they are updating every single day what is going on at that border. And I want to play you the just a few days ago, his video. It's only 2 minutes and 22 seconds long. Biden border crisis in Yuma, Arizona. Posted on January 13th.
It is surpassing and overwhelming the Border Patrol. How's everybody doing? Oscar Blue for Border Network News, correspondent for Real America's Boys News. The situation at the north border with Mexico in the United States of America, it is exacerbating and it is surpassing and overwhelming the Border Patrol. It is unbelievable what is happening right now in the places like Yuma, Arizona, where nobody is attending the migrants that they are arriving to the irregular places where they are migrating. You are going to see migrants walking in the middle of the freeway, and also in Texas, there's no units to transport them and process them into detention centers. It is unbelievable what this crisis is turning into. And the key word right here, not only for the United States of America, but for the countries that they are accepting masses of influx, is going to be resources. See this video right here so you can understand how this crisis is overwhelming border after border. The Biden administration has completely lost control of the security on the north border from Mexico to the United States of America. The situation in Arizona, specifically on cities like Yuma, have overwhelmed the border agents and the communities that they surround the border, as migrants have been overflowing continuously on a daily basis to the United States of America. In this actual video, you will see that the border agents, due to capacity level, they are processing migrants walking all the way to the detention center. The lack of personnel and resources is going to be key on this 2022, as the migrant overflow in Yuma has increased at 300%. A significant quantity of border agents have been reported sick with COVID symptoms, and also a lot of them have been terminated from the agency for not taking the vaccine. The stay in Mexico policy is going to be key on the year of 2022 on the massive overflow that is occurring at the borders. Article after article are continuously criticizing the Biden administration for their failed strategy on immigration and their irresponsibility of not accepting this as a border crisis. I'm Oscar Blue for Border Network News, correspondent for Real America's Voice News. Peace and love, because always your country's first.
Okay, so I also saw articles on how the Biden administration is not implementing the stay in Mexico policy, which courts have ruled that they begin to implement that. They're not doing it. Okay, we are a rogue nation. Law means nothing. Nothing. Okay, so Kamala Harris, the border czar, she was going to fix it. All right, you know, we have so much going on in our country that, I understand how people get distracted, certainly with everything that's happening with this pandemic and all of the restrictions, and the Supreme Court ruled that the mandate is ruled against the mandate, but well, the healthcare workers still they don't have the right to make a decision whether or not to get vaccinated. They are still mandated to get vaccinated. All right. And I've read comments. People are, oh, look, see, the Supreme Court struck down that mandate. Okay, things are going to be good. I read comments from people who are, well, as an example, Australia. Every time I show any video of what's happening in Australia, the arrests taking place of cafe owners who don't discriminate against the unvaccinated. How many comments are, well, they should never have given up their guns. It would never happen. No, it's happening here. Okay. I get the impression from an awful lot of comments that people are in a bubble. They're in their own little bubble. They haven't moved out of that bubble for a long time. And in that bubble, that's what they see happening. They don't see outside the bubble. Well, this is outside the bubble. Well, for a whole lot of people, not John Ladd and all of the people who are living the border states, but it's also the fact that they are being ghost flighted at like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, all over the country, which I'll show you in a minute. It's going to affect everyone. Everyone. Talk about resources that, Oscar Blue was talking about, the resources. Okay. Food. This country is going down economically. It is to listen to the Biden administration talk about how the economy is just fabulous. It's like listening to Trump. Oh, the economy has never been better in 5-6 decades, and I did it. Biden, best economy ever. God, what is it with Americans? They love to listen to lies. All right. This is not good. This is not good. We have so many coming across that border. They are being positioned all over the United States. And do not think for one moment that many of these people coming from all different countries are not going to be activated by our own government to attack Americans. This is the destruction of the empire. And it's happening. So, and then we have people like this. It's remarkable. Not only do Americans love lies, but they sure do love shit. They're handed it every single day, and, well, nothing happens. Have we been this degraded? Have we been this demoralized to just accept the worst of the worst as our leaders? My God. Inspiring words coming from Kamala Harris, but she's talking about the pandemic. She may be talking, just realize she's talking about everything that's going on. Everything. Do you hear anything from the Biden administration about what's happening at the border? Do you hear anything from that border czar, Harris, talk about what's happening at the border? No, because you're not to know.
Kamala Harris is having some tough times. Now, I don't know if you've seen this video, but she gets asked a pretty straightforward question, and it's a hilarious word salad she gives back. Watch this.
6 former administration officials last week wrote that open letter urging the administration to change course, to change strategy. Is it time?
It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day.
What?
Every day it is time for us to agree that there are things and tools that are available to us to slow this thing down.
I will link below to this Jimmy Dore show if you want to watch it. It is pretty amazing. This woman can't answer a question about inflation, about the pandemic, about changing course, about doing anything. Things are really bad and we ain't going to change anything. We're just going to keep doing what we've been doing every day. Fabulous. But it's not just about the pandemic. It's everything. And with the border, wow, Americans, sorry. The majority of Americans are pretty much useless. This has been going on for decades with the border. Decades. I can't tell you how many videos I have posted on the illegal crossing of the border. And now you have these, New York governor, the New York city mayor, Eric Adams. He comes out and, he decides for himself. That's why I say that we are a rogue nation. The law matters nothing at all. And Eric Adams, as the mayor, he himself decided to give illegal immigrants the right to vote. The right to vote in New York City. 800,000 illegal immigrants. The right to vote. Since when do mayors get to change laws by dictate, by their own. Don't we have a legislature in New York? Oh, but wait a second. That's really a matter of federal law. But nobody is saying anything. No one says anything. We literally have these dictators in federal government. Biden, well, I'm just going to change the law with an executive order. Oh, okay, Americans, your presidents, not just Biden, but a whole lot of administrations, the presidents of those administrations, via executive order, have literally wrote law, changed law, and that's not how that's not how the country was founded. Congress is supposed to be writing the law. The president executes the law. Okay. So, Americans are lost. And now we have these politicians who are dictators doing whatever the hell they want. And the American people, oh well, you're going to oh well yourself into the grave. Now, okay, so I've posted on these ghost flights where the Department of Homeland Security, right? They're supposed to be providing security. Well, they do the opposite. Department of Homeland Security and ICE flying these illegal immigrants all over the country. I've posted several videos. Now we have more. Pennsylvania is the latest destination for Biden Air. Biden Air. It's a new airline. Biden Air illegal immigrant flights. Those flights arriving in Wilkes-Barre on Christmas. So, let's just listen to a few minutes of this news broadcast.
According to a letter sent to Homeland Secretary, canceled flights are leaving tens of thousands of Americans frustrated and stranded in airports across the country. But at the southern border, illegal migrants have no problem catching a flight. Pennsylvania is the latest state seeing an influx of ghost flights coming in the middle of the night, full of illegal immigrants. According to a letter sent to Homeland Secretary by Congressman Dan Moore, hundreds of illegal migrants have been flown into Scranton International Airport by U.S. government charter flights. And this isn't the first time we're hearing about it. We heard about similar stories coming out of Jacksonville, Florida earlier in November. Here now to react is Fox Nation host Tom Lahren.
All right, I will link below to this if you want to listen to the full broadcast on it. But Mastriano, sorry Mastriano, Senator Mastriano provides update on illegals sent to Pennsylvania, and this was January 13. What he writes: the ghost flights in the middle of the night to Lehigh Valley last month are far from the only transit flights that ICE has sent to Pennsylvania this year. According to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, ICE conducted over 900 domestic flights of illegal immigrants around the United States in 2021. One of the destination cities was identified as Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. ICE also conducted at least 11 transfer flights into Philadelphia. It's unknown how many passengers were on each flight and the final destination for each passenger. Department of Homeland Security has also issued notices to appear in court for over 250 illegal immigrants released in the Philadelphia area alone. Notices to appear? It has been already established long time ago. Notices to appear to illegal immigrants, a very small portion actually show up in court. According to a forthcoming report from the Department of Homeland Security Office of Inspector General, ICE has failed to ensure migrants are tested for COVID-19 before transport on flights, and has not maintained records for the illegals who are transported. Wow. Well, that doesn't sound like incompetence. That sounds purposeful, deliberate. This is a very dangerous situation we're in. Americans of all races, ethnicities, nationalities, religions. But there's a difference between the illegal immigrant and the citizen. It's dangerous for all citizens. He writes, Senator Mastriano, I think these findings are just the tip of the iceberg. We need to further examine the total number of illegal immigrants being sent to Pennsylvania, and all of the senators, governors of every state need to do an investigation. Immigrants being sent to Pennsylvania by plane and bus. We also need to look at how much this is costing taxpayers, and if Governor Wolf and Attorney General Shapiro were notified of the flights beforehand. Did they decline to inform the public? So, the ICE air operations, 938 in fiscal year 2021. That's for the domestic transfer flights. Non-citizens transferred were 51,750. Well, it's can't say definitively, but those numbers are low. The ICE air operations, the cities that they were brought to, are right here and right here. Portland, Oregon, Omaha, Nebraska, Newark, New Jersey, Minneapolis, Miami, Florida, Mesa, Arizona, Del Rio, Texas, Las Vegas, Nevada, Toledo, Ohio, San Diego, San Antonio, Texas, Richmond, Virginia, Tucson, Arizona, Victorville, California, Wichita, Kansas, Abilene, Texas, Albuquerque, New Mexico, Alexandria, Louisiana, Birmingham, Alabama, Brownsville, Texas, Buffalo, New York, Columbus, Georgia, Dallas, Texas, El Paso, Texas, Gary, Indiana, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, Houston, Texas, Jacksonville, Florida, Kansas City, Missouri, Laredo, Texas. The transfer flights, all of these cities, and these are the numbers of the passengers, the illegal immigrants. And yes, it does seem a little odd that the illegal immigrants flew during the Christmas holidays, on Christmas, when so many flights were being canceled. So the notices to appear, a lot. Notice to appear in Atlanta and Baltimore, Boston, Buffalo, Chicago, all over the place. And very few show up. Total number is 16,293 notices to appear. Well, they have the non-citizens that were transferred, 51,750. Huh. Well, there seems to be a problem. Only 16,293 notices to appear, yet we had 51,750 transferred. All right. Don't know what to say, but you know, it's sad that we have to just watch the complete and utter destruction of what could have been an incredible country of freedom and, yeah, all that stuff. But it was up to the American people. And I think we are seeing what a whole lot, vast majority of Americans really like to do. Just engage in their own little life. Well, I am, forget it. It doesn't matter. You know, the links are below.